Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Morning Coffees with James. I'm James. This is my morning coffee show. What are we talking about today? Well, we're going to be talking about updates for the new year and the theory that I have for the Amazing Digital Circus and what I think is really going on here and why I'm taking so long and not really just saying it right out front of you because I have evidence I want to show you that needs physical evidence. I don't need to be discussing it or anything like that. And I kind of have an idea of what it's all about because people have theories about this show, and I have a very interesting theory truly about it, and that's going to blow your mind because everybody's looking at it in one dimension. I'm looking at it in another dimension as well, several dimensions. And granted, I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm not saying I have the perfect clue of what it is, but I do have a generally good idea that this show may be something more than it's leading on to. And, and also the fact that I'm, doing a little bit more research than Matt Pat. But on a side note, talking about Matthew Patrick, aka the game theorist, upon making this video, I discovered that he was retiring. On making this thing, I discovered that he is retiring from YouTube, and I'm kind of a little shocked at that. I'm surprised. I'm actually proud of him. I'm a little saddened, but not in the sense of like crying. I'm actually happy for him because he's going off to do something much more extraordinary, and that's being a dad. Which honestly, right on, Matthew. Right on. You've earned it. Be a dad. Go out and be a dad. That's more important than entertaining a bunch of jerks online who, not to say you're all jerks, but a bunch of people online, who want to call you wrong or stupid for thinking of, coming up with a theory that, you know, may or may not be wrong or incomplete. Like I did think his theory for the Amazing Digital Circus was on the right track, but he kind of was a little skewed, and I'm happy for him. Like actually like I'm glad he did that theory, and he's got some ideas about it, but I think he's off on the wrong track. But I'm not going to discuss that. But I will discuss certain things about it and certain aspects of it that I have to do a little bit more research. So, but that script is coming along perfectly. I already got some scenes and jokes that I'm fixing up perfectly for that. So. And also, I'm going to be discussing Matt Pat leaving YouTube because I honestly was like at the point, like, you never expect somebody to leave YouTube. It's like you think everything's permanent, but it's like, no, there's no such thing as impermanence. However, I know a lot of people out there are watching. Well, speaking of something more important, I want to thank my 100th subscribers. I have to see who is my 100th. I know I haven't been really doing the research on that. Well, I hadn't written this down. I was gonna do a video talking about my 100th subscriber, and just kind of make it a joke about that. Like have like a bag of confectionate sugar and just have a big pile of it on a table, and just pretend I was doing like drugs and being like, yeah, just going overboard over 100 like subscribers. Like, yeah, 100 subscribers. Yeah, woohoo! Like just get nuts with it. Now I just can't do that joke anymore. I gotta wait for my 200th or 150 maybe. That might be better. But no, I'm actually happy I'm doing this because I've been going through a lot of changes in my life right about now, and going through some difficult times. Difficult times in the sense of I'm making them difficult. And to be honest with you, I'm actually glad I got 100 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to this maniac wearing a robe talking about life in general. I honestly don't mind talking about life, but I honestly also want to talk about more than just things, I think are interesting or that, because let's be honest, nobody wants to see that. You want to see some entertainment, right? You want to see some people making videos and stuff like that. And if this is successful, I might make this into a complete series talking about the philosophy of movies and stuff like that. But I have to get away from, and I had to cut a lot of things out of my life that were holding me back. Like I had a back injury, and I asked God what He wanted. So I know that sounds strange, but a lot of people ask Him for help. But I was like, okay, buddy, what do you want? What do you want in return? I'll stop this. What will you give me in return? If I stop doing this, will you help me? Like, in that sense. Like, Give me a second to find my 100th subscriber count, body count. Like, by the way.
Fear.
Oh.
I think it's a Sega Saturn.
Too many noises. Too many noises. Too many noises. Oh, and by the way, I'm watching the Residents of Evil play Parasite Eve 2, which is, by the way, one of my favorite Parasite Eve games. I love Parasite Eve 1, but Parasite Eve 2, it's a banger. I don't care what anybody says. It's an underrated hit because it's so... people kind of put it under, like... People kind of, like, dismiss that one because it's just so... It's so... You know, it feels like another Resident Evil clone, but in reality, it really isn't. The way I see it, it's an improvement over the first Resident Evil game. Like, as where Resident Evil is a survival horror, this is more of a, this one's more of a survival hunter, basically. You're not running away from the monsters. You're basically loading up some gear and taking on the demons. So, yeah, okay. I'm actually happy I got 111 subscribers. I should have just played the Fallout music. Alright, branding dash, content, view channel. I know. Oh, what? Come on. Come on, man. I'm Joe Biden. Come on, man. What, Joe, Mr. President, what are you doing? I'm smiling. You look like you had a seizure. I am having a seizure. Let's see here. Yes, I should have prepped this earlier, but no, you didn't. No, you didn't there, Jimmy boy. You didn't. Google account. Studio. Studio. Alright. 60. It's nice to get likes. It's also nice to get paid, but honestly, I'm not doing... You shouldn't be doing this for the money. My 100th subscriber. Where are you? Let's see, handsome son. Shut up, bro. No one ever said that. Well, you know what? I'm here. It's a video I was talking about Pearl's dad and all that shit and all this. People can be so mean. People are just so mean online, but I don't care. I don't give a damn. Because people, and here's my thing about this. You know, Mike Tyson said this the best. And I know I'm going off topic here. What's the word I'm looking for? Go to, see comments. Okay, because, shut up. I don't care. Don't tell me to shut up, because you know what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
The whale looks very similar to her.
What the fuck are you gonna do to shut me up? Are you gonna come to my house with a gun? Which, honestly, you crazy fuckers have proven that can happen. Okay, average Twitter. Oh, shut up. Oh my god. It's like, can you just, like, do as I say because I'm important. It's like, you people are nihilists. And I understand why the older generations got pissed off at the younger generations. I'm your 100th subscriber. For my 100th subscriber, CocoPuff.com. Thank you for being my 100th subscriber. I wanted to make a video where I was going to do coke. Well, pretending to do coke, where it's just confectionate sugar. Which, by the way, I want to talk about that story. My first time trying cocaine. By the way, folks, I had a bad experience, meaning I had no experience because nothing happened. I was like, it's like going to Disney World and thinking everybody's talking about the Tower of Terror and how scary that ride is, and then you ride it and it's like, oh, it's just bullshit. It's like, what? So, nothing happened here. What's going on? Okay, so CocoPuffs.com. I'm going to check your little website out. I'm going to check your page out. See what you're... Oh, you have a St. Bernard. Okay, cool. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you like it. I'm not really a, family... I'm trying to be more appropriate, Thai and everything else, and, be a gentleman about my video channel, not swearing as much and have vulgarity, but you know how it is. You know how it goes. Alright, but, yeah, I am quite ecstatic about this, and I'm happy to have... Excuse me. I'm actually quite happy to get 100 subscribers, and I'm honestly happy that people are excited to know what I think about the Amazing Digital Circus. I'll tell you this much: I love it. I absolutely want more of this Amazing Digital Circus. I haven't had it, and I discussed this in the review. I hadn't had a show in a while challenge my intelligence, and also the fact that it is treating its audience like rational thinking adults. Like, you know, not, yeah, it's a silly show about, it's a parody of I have no mouth and I must scream, but I think there's something more going on, so we'll stay tuned and watch. But I'm going to try to get this out before the next episode is released, and I'm not the hype is not lost. So, and also I'm going to try to buy those plushies too, because honestly, that, MatPat missed out on a lot of videos talking about the Amazing Digital Circus. Like, he missed out on a lot of clues and context things. So I'm kind of like, all right, fine, I'll do it myself. Because usually I didn't want to make videos like that. I want to make some other entertainment. I don't mind doing the Let's Plays, but I kind of suck at making Let's Plays. I'm not very, because I don't have the patience for it. And plus, I rather do live streaming because it seems like live streaming is so much better. And I don't have an editor. I don't have Lexi or, some kind of guy in the background to fix that. I don't have Lyle Rath or anything like that. It's all me. So, yeah, you're going to have to deal with that. But then again, I shouldn't be making Let's Plays like that and just rushing them out. I should put some craft into it. So, I'm learning about that. So, it's fun. I think it's fun and entertaining. And let's see here. What else are we talking about? Well, that's, I'm excited. I'm excited to be doing this because it, again, despite, not knowing it, Gooseworks doesn't know it, but she helped me with a lot of things. Like this, her new show is basically helping me out through some tough times in my life, and I'm absolutely happy she is. So, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do? Well, I know what I'm gonna do. I gotta make this video. I gotta make this video. I gotta get on it, and I also gotta do some editing for. I just might take my time with the Metal Gear video because I was excited when they released the Metal Gear Solid remake, and I'm like, well, not a remake. I'm hoping this is gonna be like the Resident Evil remake, where it's just kind of a shot for shot with new things added onto it. And I know people are like, oh, it's just the same game, but different gameplay. It's like, I want to do that as a review too, where talking about the Resident Evil remake versus the original. I really do have the theory that the original Resident Evil is the easy mode and the remake is the hard and scary mode. It's like, hey, have fun with the original. Oh, it's silly with the silly lines, the backgrounds. It's an old PS1 game. You're gonna have fun. And then the Resident Evil 2 remake the Resident Evil 1 remake is like scary hard mode, and there's more features to it. And you're like, oh, I was not ready for this. But what do I think about the 2's remake and 3's remake? Even 4's remake. I want to discuss 4's remake a lot more in depth because I honestly think Capcom missed the point of those remakes and why people absolutely praise the original Resident Evil 1 remake to a degree, because it's like, yeah, just because you have more cool things and features to it, I'm kind of not. Like I said, like, the newer games are more pretentious and try to be more deep than they should have been. Like, yeah, it's a silly zombie game, but there's more going on there, and you let it kind of lectures the, not lectures, but it just kind of like treats its audience. Like, you see this with most modern shows and television things as, there's a difference between an adult show and a mature show. Like, you could have an adult show that has adult themes and everything about it and adult jokes that, are just a little bit too raunchy, but kind of are treating its audience like children, versus a show that's mature, like, say, yeah, it's made for children and stuff like that, but it's very well written, the characters are well written, there's evolutions of these characters, there's depths, it's not afraid to get serious, it's not afraid to talk about, topics. It's like Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's like, it's the truth. I mean, you had one show that was a superhero show primarily for kids. And why do you think adults talk about this? Because I don't want kids. It's like serving a kid a well-cooked meal with some delicious, things on there, like good a meat, a good, vegetable, some cheese on there so they can eat the vegetable, maybe a potato, maybe some rice, who knows, a little bit of a carbohydrate. Well, they're both carbohydrates if you think about vegetables and, starches. Good, well-cooked meal versus candy. Just nothing but sugary, processed, full of chemicals, full of dyes, candy. That's what it really comes down to. And they call it, it's just children's entertainment. What's the big deal? Yeah, would you feed your children crap, or would you, honestly, it's like, we digest the things. We digest more than just food. We digest things for our brain. We digest things for our soul. Not just for our physical bodies, but we digest, we take things in and learn some from them. I mean, think about how Simpsons used to be versus Simpsons now. There's a big difference between the two. One of them is a nihilistic show that's absolutely garbage and just unwatchable at times. And the other one is in depth. And I've heard that some new Simpsons episodes are pretty damn good. And again, that's just how things roll. And again, if you watch Super Wolf Eye Patch, I think his name is. I'm totally wrong about that, but he talks about that, and he's like, the older Simpsons episodes didn't used to get that much love, but aged like fine wine. The newer episodes are getting back to that, but I honestly wish the show would just get canceled. Or better yet, just focus on, let these characters get older, and we can focus on either Bart's story, or we can focus on Lisa's story, or something new to the table. I don't care about, let characters grow and evolve. It's the same thing with South Park. It's like, how many times are you going to beat a joke? All right, I think I've spoke long enough. I got to get going. Take care, love you, bye-bye, and remember to stay awesome. Peace be with you. You are special, okay? You're good. You're a good person. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Adios.